Oh, boy.
And then, is there ads?
We'll just add that later. Yep, we're live.
Built Bar.
Rock Hard Auto.
Rock Hard Auto.
Did it go on the Twitter?
Yeah, it's on the Twitter.
Oh, shit.
Oh, damn. Okay, we should all go retweet it right now.
Rock Hard Auto.
No, not that.
Locked on Sharks.
Yeah.
Twitter handle. Say something, Kyle.
Yo, what?
All right. You ready to start, boys?
I'm typing, yo. Hold on.
This guy.
Come watch our stupid faces say stupid words about the stupid Sharks. All right, good. That is my tweet. What did you guys tweet? All right.
I said, damn, we're live.
Very, very creative. All right, sick. Let's. Somebody has to monitor. Okay, should I just start? Should I just
Let's
do
go ahead and
this?
start, boys. Yep.
Is anybody watching? Okay, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Locked On Sharks, your daily source
Hi.
of team deal. Yeah, whoa, I'm getting there. We're doing it live. In the immortal words of that ghoul Bill O'Reilly, we're doing it live. So if you're listening to this on the podcast, if it sounds weird at some points, it's because we're physically looking at each other and doing this on air. We're going to do a mailbag. We asked for some questions. We actually have lots of Sharks-specific, Sharks-centric questions this time around, so that's really good. I'm your host, Kyle Demetrius. As always, I can't speak. As always, with me are JD and Eric. We are the holy trifecta of Sharks podcasting. We're the A's are terrible. What are the Giants?
The A's are good.
Good, man.
The Giants are trash. The A's are good. We can talk about the A's. Giants are garbage.
I was gonna pick some sort of like historical threesome that was good, but I don't care about baseball. We're the Jerry Rice, Joe Montana, and Dwight Clark of this here thing.
Love it. That's great. That's a solid one. I like
Eric,
it.
did you also start watching football in 2015?
Yeah, I know. I'm a
Eric was actually
new.
born in 2015 at his current age.
Yeah, I wasn't born yesterday, but I was born fairly recently. No, I've been a fan of the Niners my whole life too, but like I was only introduced to football analytics recently, and now there's like publicly available stuff. Same thing with hockey, where I had watched forever, but now that I have the numbers to like understand what's really happening, I feel like I understand what's happening a lot better, and that makes me more of a fan.
That makes you happy?
Yeah, it does make me happy to think that I know more than everyone else. It's rude. It's rude. I know. I'm sorry. No, I've been a Niners fan forever. I've been a Sharks fan forever. I don't appreciate you making fun of me for it. The A's. I grew up going to A's games with my grandpa, so been an A's fan. The better of the two Bay Area baseball teams.
Yeah, I disagree with that.
And that's about. I don't really watch baseball though. Baseball is kind of boring.
Yep. But you don't watch basketball either. But you
no, I don't watch basketball.
Warriors.
I don't watch basketball. No, I don't care about the Warriors. I just want. I'm a hardcore Jimmy Buckets fan since last week. Since last Thursday, I think I've been a Jimmy Butler fan, and I stan a king. I think, as they say, that's the phrase. So I'm 100% behind the dark horse Heat to get in there. I'm gonna throw some cash on them to win to get into the finals. They're not going to win the finals, but it's going to be sick to watch them get there. So go Jimmy Buckets. A lifelong fan. I'm rooting for you. I'm excited.
That's good. Let's just get into some questions. We have lots of Shark stuff, and we can we'll just spin off there. So JD, I think you have all of them.
Yes.
In a doc because you are much more organized as an adult and a father.
He's the oldest one. Yeah,
and you're the oldest. You're geriatric compared to us.
That's true.
So we got to get this going. I got to go to bed soon. So
JD doesn't stand up anymore.
Do you have your Ovaltine on the stovetop?
Yep.
Ready for bed?
Ready for bed.
He has a chair with wheels only.
All
So
right.
JD, you're the one that's clicking on those Roman ads. Okay, okay, that's too far.
All right. Let's get this started. So from at our friend Berserker, supposing Brent Burns does get traded for a right wing, who should Doug target as a replacement right defenseman? How much can he spend? Merkley and EK65 can only play so many minutes.
They're going to play all of the minutes if that happens.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a 30 minutes a game that you're basically losing if Burns is shipped off. So where do you think they go from there?
I was looking at the free agents. I know we can explore the trade route, but I feel like there's just always so many possibilities, and I don't know who's available or what's available. And that's always that's the way he would have to go. Of the right-handed defenseman available, obviously Alex Pietrangelo is awesome, but I don't think I want to sign a 30-year-old to an 8-year deal, no matter how good he is, because you're getting rid of one long contract that's not aging well for another one that probably won't age well in a few years. So that seems silly to me. Of the other free agents that are right-handed, Sami Vatanen, I think, is solid, decent in transition based on tracking data. Not horrible in terms of his impact on like 5-on-5 shots. I would bring back Dylan DeMello. He seems to have improved muchly since he left San Jose, and he would be a pretty cheap contract to add. I don't know what their budget would be, but I would certainly focus on trying to fill in some spots for fairly cheap and spending the rest of the money that trading Burns' contract frees up for forwards and or goalies or whatever else they need.
Yeah, I don't like so the right-handed free agent D-men that are available are like you said, Pietrangelo or Pietrangelo, whatever you want to say. Justin Schultz, who's 29, Tyson Barrie, who sucks. Andy Green, who apparently plays both sides, but he's a left shot. Same with Sami Vatanen. Sami Vatanen's a right D.
Tyson Barrie's, but I don't like. He doesn't play defense.
I already said him.
You said him. Okay.
TJ Brody, Cody Ceci, who's also horrendous. Chris Tanev. But a lot of these guys are around 30 years old. Travis Hamonic, Justin Braun again. That'd be funny if they brought him back. Ron Hainsey, Brandon Montour. You can kind of get the point here that all of them are around 30 years old. So if they just strictly go for a sign a guy, it's going to be somebody who's older, and I don't know if that's the point of trading Brent Burns and just having, like you said, getting Pietrangelo back there. It doesn't really make any sense. So maybe trade, like I guess they could trade for a younger guy that a team's trying to offload, but at the same time, I don't really think that would be all. Like you'd have to go to Buffalo, try to trade for 25-year-old Rasmus Ristolainen, but like, do you really want to do that?
No, he's bad too.
Yeah, like Adam Larson, maybe he's 27. He's not
Sure,
that bad.
Just sign DeMello and just forget about it.
Yeah. So would you rather present day Martin Jones or Leafs era Vesatoskala to start the next opening day? Leafs era Vesatoskala? Like 100 times out of 100? This is some pure Toronto slander because Vesatoskala wasn't actually that bad. He just let in one goal from 200 feet away that bounced over his pad.
Poor guy.
Yeah, Vesatoskala was 1A, 1B with Nabokov in the playoffs that year.
When was he in Toronto?
When they traded him for Logan Couture. No, I believe they traded Vesatoskala and drunk ass Mark Bell for a pick. Hold on here, I'm pulling it up. So he got traded in the 2007 offseason. So
okay,
2007, 2008.
Let's see if we can find his goals for replacement.
You pull up the stats. I want to pull up the trade.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I can't overstate how bad Martin Jones is at playing.
Yeah, I think for us, as you guys pull up your stuff, Martin Jones. I mean, we've as we've said all off season, they need to find somebody who could compete with Martin Jones or at least split the load with him. So we are willing to take any warm body at this point. If you've played goalie at some point, you could probably try out for the Sharks.
The body doesn't even have to be warm, per se.
Lukewarm? We'll even take lukewarm.
Yeah, it could be any state of warmth. So the trade was like I said, drunk-ass Mark Bell and Vesatoskala for a 2007 second-round pick, which turned into Aaron Palushaj, 2009 fourth-round pick, which turned into Craig Smith, but obviously not by San Jose. And then the conditional first-round pick, which was number 13 overall, which was Lars Eller, but that got traded to whoever, St. Louis or Washington, for number 9, and they took Logan Couture. So Vesta Toskala brought Logan Couture to San Jose. It's great.
All right, so let's move on to our next question. So from our friend at Nathan CSN, when COVID-19 pandemic is over, what are you most looking forward to about attending a game at the Shark Tank?
Kyle, are you going to come to a game?
Yeah.
Okay, so the border recently today got extended to October 21st closure, so I'm assuming that I'm never, ever leaving this country.
No. Well, I don't think it's to keep you from leaving. It's to keep us from coming in.
Yes.
True. I wasn't going to say that on air, but yes, it's to keep you guys out. I've also infamously never been to the SAP Center. I got to go in the lobby when I went for the outdoor game, and then they wouldn't let me go any further because they were being real sticklers about people being in the building. So then I got to go to the gift shop where everything was really expensive. So that was a nice treat.
But you bought some shirts, right?
I bought 2 shirts. I bought a Thomas Hurdle Stadium Series jersey and then a Fan Since 91 throwback shirt. It's like black and it's got the original logo on the chest, but it's not big enough for the t-shirt, and then it says Fan Since 91 on the back. It's quite low budget, but it was really funny.
Not a shirt. That's okay.
So yeah, I've never been, but I just want to see fans in the stands, but you guys can answer this. You guys have both been, so go. This is your question.
Go ahead, Eric.
I enjoy just like the act of getting there. So I live in San Francisco, which is an hour north of San Jose, basically. And I take the train down usually when I go, and you can bring beverages on the train. So have a few beers on the way down, hang out, talk, and then try to get there early and go get food at the little, San Pedro Square Market around the corner from the tank. And then I always get popcorn and watch the game with popcorn. And I never finish it, but it's just like, it feels right to have like a tall boy and a popcorn in my lap while I'm watching Sharks games. So I don't know if there's anything specific other than just like I have kind of a routine that I've established going to Sharks games, and I'm excited just to be back there and then watching them live and like feeling like things are somewhat normal again.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I mean, it's a little bit more of a trek for me to get to the tank, but just going, and I think just being there and kind of just the buzz and stuff, especially like when the intro video plays and you kind of get the goosebumps and stuff like that. And then, like Seek and Destroy comes on, lights are all dark and everything. Just that feeling again will be nice. And then for me, I think the go-to food is, I usually get chicken fingers because I don't know. That's just what my thing with it. So yeah, I think too, yeah, once Kyle can cross the border, maybe we'll smuggle him across and then we'll all go to a game together and have a good time. So
what are the ticket prices like? Because literally nothing will be out of my budget because I have to pay through the ass to go to Toronto. So I'm certain that we can.
Oh yeah, we'll be fine. Lower bowl is like $150 for most seats that you want to sit in.
So. Yep.
Yeah, so
and then it's like
that for sure.
$20 nosebleed on a weekend or a weekday night, and like $60 on the weekend. So, yep. One day. So, all right.
So hold on. I think we really buried the lead on 2 things here, because people are actually paying attention to us. One, it's Patrick Marleau's birthday, and I do not respect that man. So, not happy birthday to me.
Wow, he's a nice guy. You don't have to be a huge Patrick Marleau fan to understand that he's. I guess
respect was too far. I don't care for Patrick Marleau.
Yeah, I don't care as much as like when he left. I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Like he's old. Whatever.
I take back my disrespectful respect situation, but I do not care for Patrick Marleau. This is JD's corner. What do you want to say to Patrick Marleau on his birthday?
Happy birthday, Patrick Marleau. So,
I was like 42.
41.
If he's back on the Sharks to start the season, that's really bad news for their prospects next year.
He's going to be back on the Locked On Red Wings ask, what are your 4 most memorable Stanley Cup Finals wins?
Wow.
Yeah, thanks a lot, guys. Yeah.
Wow. There's only 2. Yeah. Donskoy and who? What was the other game? I don't even remember what happened.
They won game 3 and game 5.
5, yeah.
Donkey was game 3.
Yeah. This one.
Yeah. And then what was game 5? So game 5 would have also been. away, right?
Yeah, I believe they were.
Yeah.
No.
No, they were home.
Game 3 was at home.
No,
Anyway,
because
Pittsburgh.
Game 6 was at home.
Oh yeah, it was.
yeah, Game 5 was away. So
So 3 and 5 were away.
Interesting.
1 and 2 were home. 3 and 5 were away.
Did you guys know that the Pittsburgh Penguins have never won a cup on home ice? Isn't that crazy? All five of them have been won on away ice.
well,
Yeah, I was there when they.
Yeah,
I was there when they beat the Sharks on Game 6. I was in the actual last row in the stadium watching, and I stuck around for the whole cup presentation ceremony just because I was like, I paid way too much to be here, so I want to see this play out.
So when they made the final, so I was working at a restaurant and bar, but I just got hired into like a corporate job, and I seriously contemplated going down for whatever the Wednesday night game was. I seriously contemplated buying a solo ticket for Pittsburgh because it's only like a 9-hour drive from here. Buying a solo ticket, driving down, watching the game, sleeping in my car, and driving back the next day, or somehow calling in sick. But it was literally my 3rd day at my new job, so I didn't know how much I wanted. I should have done it because that job sucked, but I really should have done it just to say that I saw the Sharks play in the finals. But that was an oversight on my part.
Dude, underrated going to hockey games by yourself. I've gone to a few. It's kind of nice. The first one I went to, I was
like eating by yourself, like at a restaurant, or going to the movies.
Yeah, going to the movies by yourself is like top 5 activity to do, generally speaking. Well, not right now because movie theaters are dangerous. But back when things were normal, going to movies by yourself and going to sports games. I don't know, maybe not a football game, but the hockey game, for whatever reason, it was just kind of like, I don't know, it was good. It was good.
I don't know. I think if something exciting happens, because the first thing you do is you turn to your buddy and you high five them and go, like, oh my God, did you see that? And just sitting there and going, like, yeah, that's weird. All right,
to be fair, because I live in Toronto, I've never once high-fived my friend out of celebration at the sports game. Usually it's double birds is my go-to maneuver, like directly in his face. The double birds?
Oh, double birds. Oh,
yeah,
you're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. All right.
There's like 40 Sharks fans in the entire building. I gotta.
It is fun to go to. It is fun to go to away games.
Yes. All right, let's go next question. So from @Ricky6. How big of an impact on the season do you think missing Joe Pavelski had? So we're going to skip Kyle because he doesn't care. So
I care a lot. I care a lot. This is near and dear to my heart.
Eric, thoughts on the Sharks not having Pavelski this season?
They missed him a lot. He didn't have the impact per sort of those regress models that look at kind of to try to adjust for players' individual impact on shot and expected goals and that sort of thing. He didn't have that same impact at 5-on-5 that he did his last year with the Sharks. But he's a good. I can't believe I'm saying this. A good tipper. Micah looked at how likely a player's shot was to go in, based on like league average. And Joe Pavelski the last 4 seasons, his tips have been like a bit more likely than league average tips to go in the net. So maybe he's doing something right. And with an offense that's like predicated on Brent Burns just firing away from the point and hoping someone gets a stick on it, that's probably a few goals right there. But I think like it's not so much Joe Pavelski per se as it was just going from having 5 top 6 forwards to having 2 all of a sudden when Pavelski, Nyquist, and arguably Donskoy left. And it just like ate up the top of their roster right there. And because Erik Karlsson's contract was huge, they couldn't replace any of that offense. So he was a big part of that, but sort of also a piece of a larger puzzle.
Yeah. So it was posted today on by Kevin Kurtz on The Athletic that it wasn't the Karlsson contract that prevented Pavelski from joining. It was the Kane contract because he wasn't taking $1 less than Evander Kane, and that screwed up their forward budget beforehand because Wilson had already been planning basically for the Karlsson raise and everything like that, which makes sense. These people that think Doug Wilson doesn't think a month ahead,
right. He's
really
not just like blindly signing contracts. Yeah,
but yeah, it was they were about $11 million and a year apart on the contract, so it was the Kane contract that really messed up the Sharks. But if any single person wants to come at me and tell me that they missed his leadership in the locker room or whatever, I don't know what to tell you. This is a locker room of men. who should be able to figure it out and not miss a random dude providing leadership. That's just the dumbest, laziest take of all time.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's an argument there that like Couture hasn't been as strong of a
Couture
captain.
sucks as the captain. Don't get me wrong.
But also that's not like missing Pavelski. That's the staff picking the wrong captain kind of thing, I guess. So like, it's sort of missing Pavelski, but yeah, I agree. Just because he's not in the locker room doesn't mean that the Sharks are suddenly like don't know what to do anymore.
Yeah, that's just an easy way to say like Couture. If you don't want to throw Couture under the bus as being a bad captain, that's an easy way to get around it and just talk about like the locker room troubles. If there was this many locker room troubles, then Pavelski wasn't this makeshift like Billy Mays OxyQuip. What was that thing that he hawked? Remember the spray? You put it on the boat and it would float across the river. It was. It's not that. There's obviously bigger issues. Pavelski wasn't covering for everything, so I get that out of here. Also, he makes a lot of money. That contract's gonna. Everybody right now is all horny for Joe Pavelski because he's having a good playoffs. What about next year? He signed for 2 more years. We just saw this with
like
Patrick
6.
Carlo.
He signed for 6. No, he signed for.
It's like 7 or something like that, right?
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
Crazy. It's a lot of money.
Although that contract by the end is going to be probably not pretty, but I mean, I think there is something for. I know it's hard; you can't really quantify, but just that clutch where it's like he scores big goals in big moments, and I mean, Couture can do that as well. But it's nice to have more than one guy who can do that. But yeah, that contract that he got is like. You saw he's not going to score 40 goals again like he was doing with the Sharks. So, but yeah, I think there's missing him, but I think there was other ways to kind of go about trying to replace him. But let's move on to another question. So maybe another trying to replace somebody. So from our friend Epizerker again, if Kyle Turris gets bought out, is he worth a look at on the Sharks for a cheap contract?
I say yes, based on name only.
He gets the Kyle bump.
Yeah, he gets the Kyle boost. Also, have I ever said
7 years, $15 million for the Kyle bump?
Yeah, have I ever said my Kyle conspiracy theory on the podcast before?
Probably.
No, what is it?
Oh, probably. Yeah, probably is a good answer. So every single Kyle is aged 26 to 35. There's no little baby Kyles and there's no old men Kyles. There's just none. Every one of them is like a millennial, basically. Think about it. Kyle Lowry, 34 or whatever. Kyle Demetrius, 32. 31. I don't even know how old I am. 31.
I'm gonna go search the obituaries tomorrow for dead Kyles.
I'm sure there's like
9-year-olds.
I'm sure there's like some outliers and stuff like that, but like the majority, almost all Kyles are in that like sweet spot.
Kyle popularity as a baby name.
It peaked in the late 80s. I know this already. Like in like the 40s or something like that. I looked it up. But yeah, that's my whole theory is that. But it's not like the name like John, which like peaked in like whatever, or like Eric,
the Bible,
little Eric. yeah, it peaked with the Bible. But yeah, it's gonna be that's my Kyle theory. Anyway, Kyle Turris probably not that good at hockey.
All right,
no, he's not. Yeah, I agree. I just looked at his hockey viz impact on 5-on-5, and he just doesn't seem very good anymore.
What's his contract? Do you have his contract projection as? So I know he's making
no, because that's only one he's. Is he going to be a free agent this year?
No, I think he's supposed to get bought out. I think he's making like $6 million or something like that for the Preds right now, and because they want to try to keep like Smith, and they've got some other guys they want to try to keep. So from what I've heard talking to some of our Preds friends, that he might be on the block to try to get bought out. So I don't know. I think his contract isn't going to be as cheap as what he would.
But if he gets bought out, that means he gets paid, and he can just sign for the minimum. That's
right. He's willing to sign for the minimum.
These fat contract payout guys, bio guys, is that typically they will just sign for super, super cheap because
they're getting paid anyway.
Yeah, because they're double dipping. So if we can sign Kyle, I say we like I'm Doug Wilson.
You are.
If they can sign,
you're not. You've been lying to us.
My tan is not nearly powerful enough. If they can, fun fact, Doug Wilson Jr. is like our age.
Yeah.
Is he 32? I think.
Come on the podcast.
I think he's about our age, and I hate thinking about it because he's like a sports executive. Granted, he's had a little bit of help getting there, but
just a little. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. If they can get him for like minimum, why not? He's still useful. Like he's not good, but for the minimum, he's probably going to be better than like Alex True.
Middle six guy potentially.
Yeah, that's true.
So.
I'm gonna see if I can find him on my sniper index.
He is not a sniper, I can tell you that much.
Yeah, keep scrolling.
Yeah, he's way down on the sniper index. My Google Docs is loading. All right, I have a tab in here called actual snipers based on our discussion because my initial definition of snipers was not sufficient for
real
you.
Snipers.
Yeah, real snipers and then snipers, fake snipers, illegitimate snipers.
Vopers?
It's loading. What's his name? Turris.
Turris, Turr. Yo, look up where he was drafted. I think he might have been the guy drafted out of like the BCHL, like 3rd overall. He has a really weird draft situation.
Oh, you know what? Kyle Turris, the last 4 years has finished above expected, but he's not shooting from super far away. He's shooting from about average distance. So I wouldn't call him a sniper. But he's not a bad shooter. That could be useful as a role player. All right. I'm on board with Kyle Turris for $750,000 next year. Great.
You're on board with anybody for $750,000.
No, there are some bad. Like when they signed Dalton Prout, I was like, no.
Yeah, so he was drafted in 2000, and reading is hard. Why can't I figure this out?
Are you looking on his elite prospects page?
Oh, I'm older than him. He's an 89. Damn.
He's 30.
Yeah, thank you. I know how old I am. He just turned 31, actually. So he's drafted in 2007, round 1, number 3 overall by Phoenix. So the team he got drafted out of was the Burnaby Express of the BCHL. He put up 121 points in 53 games.
Yeah. And then he did really well at University of Wisconsin too. That's crazy. He had a one and done, and then he went to Phoenix, and he didn't really do much.
No, the best. I can't think. This is the first time that I was like kind of semi-aware of more draft ideology than just like these good players. And I remember the draft people losing it because he was drafted to the BCHL, and they had like all these stats back in the day about players coming from there. Anyway, it's just really weird. You don't see that too often.
Jasper Weatherby is a BCHL guy.
Yeah, Jasper Weatherby's also not making it to the show. So
no, he's not at all. There are some BCHL NHLers, but they all scored like Kyle Turris rates back
yeah.
in the day.
JD, who's Ed, and why does he love you?
That's my father-in-law. So shout out.
Oh,
Ed.
damn.
Yeah, we went to Game 7 against Nashville.
Nice.
Together. So
that was a cool series. That was the one where every team won the home game.
Yeah,
and if the Sharks had been the away team, it would have been all bad.
And the Pecorino just having a meltdown and hissy fit and smashing his stick against the So
classic Pecorino. That's so funny that you said it's your father-in-law, because that reminded me recently. I changed my my Facebook profile picture after I broke up with my girlfriend, or she broke up with me, and I changed my profile picture, and the only 2 people that commented on it was my mom saying something about me being handsome, and my dad saying great haircut.
Oh,
parents. Hey, you know what? That's what they're here for.
Yeah, it's just the most classic like parent thing of all time.
All right, so let's jump to the next question.
Oh, real quick, Tyler Bozak, BCHL guy.
Yeah, but none of them were drafted 3rd overall.
They're probably drafted pretty high. Scott Gomez was. Jeff Tambellini.
Yeah, well, where are they drafted? That's what I'm saying.
I'm looking.
Scott Gomez is also from Alaska.
Tyler Bozak wasn't drafted.
Yeah, I know.
Whoa.
All right.
Scott Gomez was drafted 27. He was drafted 27 overall.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that Kyle Turris went 3 overall in the BCHL, and everybody was melting down.
It is crazy. That is sort of silly. Although he played well in college his first year. All right.
Yeah. Anyway, enough Kyle Turris talk.
Yeah, get him out of here.
All right.
Unless he's here for $750.
Yes.
Kyle Turris syndrome.
All right. From Prairie Bilbo, if Jumbo starts with Davos, will that benefit him or tire him out if he comes back for the Sharks?
That's a good question.
I don't know.
I think
as the residential old man here, I think it'll be good for him because he can kind of get the muscles going, get loosened up and stuff. That way, when he gets back to the NHL, like the training camp and stuff, he's already kind of started going. I know I guess Kevin Kurtz reported he's been practicing with them, but he hasn't played with them. So I think he sat out their first game or preseason game or whatever they're doing there. But I think it's just good for him to kind of like get out there and get skating, and then kind of get going from there. So that's my thought. Is he's probably will be ahead of the game by the time the season starts.
Yeah, I like that he's playing so long as he doesn't go hard. Like he shouldn't be trying to win the Davos Cup or the Swiss Cup, or whatever. I like this person. Who's Josh Russell? That person's good. I like that person. He shouldn't be going hard trying to win the Euro Cup for Davos. Like that's just like not a thing that he should be doing. He should be like chilling, having a really relaxed time, getting his sea legs under him, getting back into shape, and using it as a way to have a better training camp, because I imagine training camps are going to be all screwy coming into the next season. So he should really be using it as a way to get up to speed. And if he's playing 20, 21 minutes a night for Davos, that's when I'd have the issue, because that's way too much on his old man bones.
Yes, like 10 minutes a night. Just get out there, get the legs going. That's fine. Yeah, let's keep it.
That's true. It takes me at least like 5 laps around the apartment in the morning to get my back unstiff when I wake up in the morning. So,
but you have a dog now, so you have to chase her around.
That's true. She chases me around, and I feel every time like I'm going to pull both my ACLs or whatever, because I can't like use my back until I've walked back and forth once or twice.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I think I like that he's going to do it, and he's going to be doing stuff as long as he takes it like pretty chill and doesn't go ham in Davos.
I like that too. I agree.
If you do have any questions, shoot us a message. We'll get them in there. We can continue. We do have a couple more questions, but if you guys, anything that pops up right now, let us know. We'll try to answer those as well. So, all right. It's from Kabertovic. Sorry, I just screwed up your name. Has Khudobin played himself out of a Sharks pay grade? Yes, that's my answer. He has played pretty well in the playoffs, and I think the Stars, since their cap situation looks pretty good, I think they're going to just pay him to keep him there. So,
is it Khudobin or Hudobin?
I've heard both.
Just Dobby.
Okay, fair.
Is it
I say with a K. I say Khudobin, but I've never heard anyone. I don't know, man. No one knows how to pronounce. Everyone calls Nylander, and that's apparently not how to pronounce his name. So
this is the hill that you will die on.
I'm saying it because there's a Swedish dude on Twitter who was like, "That's not how you pronounce it." I don't know how. I didn't ask him, but he said not how.
You should have done some investigative big J journalism.
I will. I'm a big J investigative journalist. I'll go ask him later, and I'll report back.
That's going to be we're going to have a 3-part episode on this.
Breaking down each syllable of William Nylander. I don't think Khudobin is going to be joining the Sharks based on the fact that he's going to have fat amount of zeros on the end of his salary. Yes. And the Sharks, if the Sharks tried to trade for Jake Allen, and then the salary became an issue, that's not looking good because he made $4.1 million.
Whether or not I re-sign with the Sharks, I will continue with the podcast. I have to keep people entertained because I'm only playing every few weeks anyway.
Cool. Yeah. I wrote back when I used to write for Blank, way back. I think it was my first year or my second year. I actually have a whole bunch of files somewhere. I got to find them, of Arundel fanfic where I took Adele songs and rewrote them for Arundel. So like Rolling in the Deep turned into like Rolling in the Crease, and Hello was about how Peter DeBoer would never play him because he would play like Martin Jones like 20 games in a row. So it's I got to find those and unearth them and put them somewhere.
Aaron, was it fun being the #1 goaltender this season?
Yeah, I still think the Sharks' best move is probably just to re-sign me for vet minimum for a year and ride it out.
You take the pay cut, the half pay cut, because
I'll take the half pay cut for sure.
How are you going to be able to support your guitar addiction if you take the half pay cut? He does have some pretty sweet guitars, though. But
hopefully, I saved money when I was playing guitar and not leaving the house for the last 6 months because I haven't been playing hockey either.
Yeah. All right. From Mike Damien Clips, will they buy out Jones and find 2 more right-handed right wingers? We've talked about buying out Jones. I don't think they will. I think the move is to go one more season and then see how Jones looks. If he's bad again, then you buy him out, and that cuts out 2 years of your buyout on him. But I don't think they'll buy out Jones, because then you have 0 goalies. I mean, if they do bring back Dell, if you're available.
But if you have Martin Jones, do you already have 0 goals?
0 goalies.
Yeah. I'm gonna make a bold prediction and say they do. I think it's the easiest way for them to free up some cap space without a crazy trade. And Doug Wilson knows he's strapped and can't even add someone like Craig Smith as a free agent after signing LeBanc to his contract. And he knows that goalie is an issue and there are some optics in play here. And I bet he thinks you can get Dell at vet minimum and go find a free agent, or like throw some draft picks at the Rangers. I think he does it. I think Doug Wilson buys out Martin Jones before next season starts.
I think the buyout is
September 25th, I think it starts.
Or the last day of the Stanley Cup playoff.
Yeah, whichever comes later or whatever.
Whichever one comes, later.
Okay.
The thing is, about a month ago, I would say that there's no chance in hell they were going to buy out Jones. But the man who's like, Pierre LeBrun's the most plugged in Sharks writer. He's not even a Sharks writer. He's the most plugged in writer.
Other than our boy Shang.
Pardon?
Shout out to our boy Shang. He's up there too.
Yeah, there's just a little difference between Shang and Pierre LeBrun. Sorry, Shang.
I don't see it.
So Pierre LeBrun
doesn't speak French.
If he tweets about the Sharks, it's coming straight from the horse's mouth. Like, that's straight from Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
So he gets all the good dirt and stuff like that. But Kevin Kurtz is about as plugged in as you're going to get outside of that. And he said today, again in his little athletic bites that he's doing now, that it's a possibility if they were going to buy somebody out, they would look at that. So that kind of signals to me that there is some sort of internal, maybe a little bit of chatter, a little bit of noise on that front. And yes, Denver beat the Clippers. Suck on it, Kawhi. Bum ass.
He brought you a championship, and you're all set.
Yeah, it's fine. You should have stayed and brought more championships. That's what you get. Anyway, so I think there might be some internal stuff going on that not necessarily it's going to happen, but I think there's more credence to it now than there ever was before. Do you think Bob Boughner rolls 4 lines a season and stops playing Burns 60 minutes a night? I'm going to go with no, big no, hard no, lock of the year no.
I looked at the time on ice changes from DeBoer to Bob, and I don't remember what doc I have it in, so I'm not going to try to look at it, but I'm pretty sure Burns played more under Bob. I can check this easily, actually.
Actually,
so, yeah.
I'm looking at his time on ice according to Hockey Reference. Last year was the second highest of his career. He played 25-25. He hasn't played that much. And then before that, the 2015-16 season, he was 25-52 minutes a game. So, yeah, he's no.
Can I post stuff in the chat? How do I do that?
It's a little orange circle on the bottom right. It's got the chat. It looks like every chat every time you log into your car. Right?
It doesn't. But then when I pick it up, it says Restream. It says hi there. Thank you for choosing Restream. Start a conversation.
Maybe on the where it says chat. Yeah, down there.
Oh, you're a host of this shit.
Okay.
Oh man.
So
can I post
the rolling 4 lines dream? It sounds always great. No coach in the history of the world has ever rolled 4 lines successfully all the time.
Unless you're winning if you're winning, but if you're down.
Yeah, but no, the dream, yeah, exactly. Unless you're down huge or up huge, it's not happening. The dream is that people build teams with 4 skilled lines, so the 4th line doesn't have to be plugs that fit into the 4th line role. You can just have good players on the 4th line. And then that way you can play them.
You can't.
Yeah, exactly. Jonas Donskoi is getting scratched because he's not a 4th line player. He just needs to play better on the other lines. That doesn't make any sense. Just have a good 4th line and do it that way. So that's not going to happen for a long time. I would like some enterprising coach, like possibly Ricard Gronberg, to show up and be like, "Hey, we're doing it my way now." But I don't think it's going to happen. I hope that Boughner rolls 4 lines next year just to give a little bit of rest to Couture and Hurdle and Meyer and stuff like that. But
by a lot, so yes, let's go with that.
Well, yeah, also in that stream, but yeah, that's also it is cold here, so yeah, suck on that one.
All right.
Hoodie indoors. Oh, you're wearing a hoodie indoors.
So why do you have to wear a hoodie indoors?
Kyle doesn't like using the heat unit.
Yeah. All right, so we are down to our last question, unless anybody else throws anything in the. So,
Dun, dun, dun.
from our friend East Bay Rye, which one of you would be the best on Wheel of Fortune? Not me. I am a terrible speller. And
we got a real question.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Who would be? You're a terrible speller, so you're just counting yourself out right now.
Nope. I'm out.
I was an English major.
I also took a lot of English,
but that was also a long time ago, so I don't think it's relevant at all to go.
A lot of substances went in my brain between college and now.
Yeah,
that really killed the vocabulary. I don't know. I feel like I'm better at Jeopardy. I know a lot of random useless shit. That's Jeopardy's my jam. So I'll let you have Wheel of Fortune.
So process of elimination means it's me. That's amazing. I feel
There's also luck, though. What if you hit a bankrupt?
I feel so well. Yeah, but I know how to guess the letters. I see words. I visualize them. Like I'm good at that. So yeah.
You visualize them? What are you, Rain Man for Wheel of Fortune?
I do write for a living, so I stare at Word documents all day.
I could picture him like in his house building like the wheel, and trying to like practice and stuff. Trying to get the perfect spin and stuff.
He builds the wheel in his beautiful mind analytics shed.
My partner always comes in here and I'll jot stuff down on notepads when I'm doing like fantasy sports or writing a Sharks article, just because it's easier sometimes than looking up on the screens and typing it. And she's like, "What is this beautiful mind shit you have going? Like, what is happening in here, Eric?" I'm just like, I can't.
It's my process.
I can't explain it. Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
It's genius at work.
You're a scribbler, Eric. I'm I have a notebook. I mean, we're different processes for different things, but I have like a sketchbook / notebook where I do all the design and kind of create stuff there. So that's
much like my heroes Jay-Z and Lil Wayne. I don't write anything down, and I just keep it all up here. All right, we have an actual real question.
Okay, who do you think plays more next year, Butchfield or Chmelevski? So
yes is my answer.
I'm gonna go Blickfield because he was. They've already said if the season wasn't shut down, he would have already gotten time at the end of the season. So yeah, that's mine. If we had to, I don't know, games, minutes, whatever, I got him. So he was tearing it up with the CUDA, and I think he could come in and maybe hopefully actually pot some goals. So.
I don't get why Blickfeld didn't get games sooner, seeing as how he's a goal-scoring burner, and he could have.
They don't need those. They need some snipers.
Why would they ever need that? I don't know. My dream is to
scoring
have
goals is dumb.
Yes, the dream is 0-0 with 100 Corsies for. And
you just win in a shootout every time. That's what.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what you need him for. 0-0, and then you have him. That's where I miss Donskoy. Donskoy in his filthy mitts in shootouts.
I saw Jonas Donskoy take a shootout shot in Toronto right in front of me. It was nasty. I felt like I was impregnated.
Why was it Donskoy like the first person on every shootout?
I don't know, man. They used to put Brent Burns out there. It doesn't make any sense.
It was like Pavelski, Burns, Couture every time. Although Couture is the best finisher.
Yeah, but dude,
which is fine. Couture, I have no issues with Couture being out there. But you have Hurdle, you have Meyer, you have Donskoy.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. Yeah. Watching Meyer slog through like fourth line minutes and then an occasional shootout and like very minor power play time his first full season, it was very upsetting.
He's got to earn the minutes. Got to play the right.
I think Sasha plays more. I think he can play center or wing. I think he's probably.
I do love me some Sasha though. But sorry.
A slightly better prospect profile in terms of scoring rates. I know Blickfeld had a good year this year. I also think Blickfeld's strikes me as like a tall, spindly kind of beanpole, and Sasha's like a lower center of gravity. He feels more like a hockey player to me.
Mr. Analytics using the eye test, the old ugly girlfriend test over here.
Big butts and ugly girlfriends. That's how you know a hockey player is ready to roll.
So Joachim Blickfeld is 6'2", 187.
Beanpole. I weigh 20 more pounds than he does, and I'm the same height.
only
No, I'm
weigh
a little bit
207?
taller.
Aren't
What?
you taller than that? Aren't you like 6'5"?
No, I'm 6'3".
Sasha is 6'1", 187. So
He is stocky boy.
they're almost the same size.
Goes hard against the boards. Yeah, that's true.
Does he play the game?
Check their BMI. That's what I said. That's why I said Blichfeld strikes me as a beanpole. I don't actually know if that's the case. Clearly, I'm wrong. So
Blichfeld is really fast. When I saw him, so I went to the World Junior quarterfinal game, Latvia versus Russia. It was pretty sweet. We paid like $16 and got to sit on glass. Blichfeld was tearing it up. He was awesome. He's my dream is that. No, isn't he Latvian?
No, that's Balsers.
Oh, Denmark. Sorry, then Denmark. Russia.
Unless you watch Balsers, who used to be a Shark.
I don't like Balsers.
I like
Rudolf Balsers and Joachim Blichfeld are similar names. Interesting. Maybe you are the worst at Wheel of Fortune after all.
Yeah, we should strike that from the record. Balsers and Blichfeld, they both start with B's. That's all I got.
Joachim and Rudolf, though. This is
Rudolph's, yeah, with an S.
Rudolph's, yes, multiple. So my dream is to have Joachim Blichfeld just taking passes from Joe Thornton one time, please. Just let him be the speedy burner guy that Joe Thornton could just set up and use his big ass to get over.
And Blichfeld on the wings of Thornton. And Thornton to basically just the blue line, just these long ass passes to those guys and just go get it.
See, I don't know who Josh Russell is, but I like this man.
Yeah,
he's fast. I watched him in Portland a lot in person. Yeah, he's like deceptively fast. He's really fast, and he is kind of what the bottom six of the Sharks need because we don't need more Alex Trues hanging out. They can play together. They're both Danish.
I like Alex True.
Yeah, I don't mind him too, but Blichfeld's a little bit different than all these guys they've called up. They called up Gregor, and Gregor did well, right?
Yeah.
Well, Gregor and Blichfeld kind of have a similar profile, so like, why not have more of that? And it's easier to move Blichfeld up the lineup when you need to, or if a guy's playing bad, you can insert him. Like, remember when Noah Gregor played in the top line briefly? Because
they did pretty well.
Yeah, and he did well. Like, those are the kind of guys they want. I don't need more like Jacob Middletons just hanging around.
No, I agree, but I don't think Chemlowski is like I think Chemlowski also is an exciting, skilled prospect.
Yeah, I think he's just gonna have to start in the AHL more so just because he had such a poor start to last season.
Yeah, I mean, but he's coming off an injury. Like, he hurt his foot at the beginning of the season last year too. But you
get the wrong size skates.
Yeah, or something.
That was Chekovich.
I love Chekovich too. I'm a Chekovich truther.
I always get them two mixed up.
Until his D+6 season
himself. Anyway, either way, yeah, but by the end of the season, he was starting to get rolling. So I think we are out of questions. So
let's check the bird one last time. Bird.
Yeah.
What you saying about chat? Oh no, that's a different thing. All right, that seems to be it on my end, on my Twitter. What about you guys?
No one talks to me on Twitter.
You just scream into the void. So,
yeah.
I think that's going to do it for us. Good.
So if you guys want to, Eric, were you posting charts while we were talking?
Yeah, of course.
I was posting the chart showing Burns' ice time going up for the Rising, like the
why would they play
song.
Burns more than EK because Eric Carlson's groin exploded.
Part of that's because you can see EK just stops playing, and that's part of why. But also, I don't know.
What are we moving Burns to forward soon? Anyway, that's a different topic. If you want to keep tweeting at us and ask us more questions, we're more than happy to answer all your dumb stuff that you want to put out there. You can tweet at us at LockedOnSharks. If you have a really truly dumb question, email us at LockedOnSharks@gmail.com. If you want to tweet at one of the boys, you can tweet at JD and ask him about dinosaurs because he's big in the dinosaur game these days at My Fry Hole. And if you want to tweet at Eric and ask him about
his vet minimum contract,
dog rearing, golden doodle raising, you can tweet at him at foulball15, FOWLE ball15.
If you want to find Kyle on Twitter at Kyle Demetrius, and you can ask him about hoodies in the late summer and why you need to wear them. So,
you MFers live in San Francisco, where I feel like it's just hoodies all the time because your weather sucks.
No, it's true. Literally been 100 for the past 3 months where I live. So.
You live in the desert. That's different.
I live in the desert. So.
Do we have any special announcements to make?
No, we do not.
All right. Until next time, guys, we'll be back on Friday with some more prospect stuff. And then our long national prospect summer will be over soon. And then we'll be
True.
back next week, hopefully with an interview if that works out. But then until then, be easy.
Bye, guys. Thanks for joining us. We'll try to do this again sometime soon. So.